What's good? Have you ever heard about the horsehoe theory? I like the word horsehoe. So it's an old, 100-year-old theory of a French philosopher who had a theory that the far left wing, political wing, and the far right political wing are actually closer to each other than the mid-left and the mid-right. To visualize this, he uses the horsehoe, okay, where also the far left wing and the far right wing, the end of the horsehoe, are closer together than the middle side, okay? But this theory is rather rejected than accepted, okay? But I find the theory, for me, works in another way. And that is to see the power structure of the world today also as a horsehoe, but in a different way. Now let's make no mistake about it. We rather have a vertical hierarchy in the world than a horizontal. But what I see at the moment is that all power structures are infiltrated by narcissistic psychopaths. I'm not saying everywhere there is only narcissistic psychopaths, but I say all power structures are infiltrated by them and often misled. Narcissistic psychopaths can only mislead. This is why most groups, parties are misled and infiltrated. Now what my theory is, my new updated horsehoe theory is, we have the overt power struggle in politics, in entertainment, industry, business, society, social status. There is an overt power struggle and it gets more and more violent, and this is justified by the capitalistic idea. And make no mistake about it, I think democracy and capitalism are very good ideas. Yet how we execute them at the moment rather expresses their shadow sides instead of their benevolent sides. We express their weaknesses, not their strengths, okay? So the overt power struggles are infiltrated and misled by narcissistic psychopaths. They end up on top, okay? But also on the other side of this horsehoe, we have competitive victimhood movements. So we have villains, this is the overt power strugglers, and we have victims, and this has become a movement of competitive victimhood, and this is on the other side of the horsehoe, yet both sides are very close to each other when we look at the dynamics and the methods used. And the dysfunctionality of them. And nobody can really say who is stronger. I see the world politics, the theater that we see when we switch on social media or television or radio, whatever. I see it as a power struggle between competitive victimhood and competitive villainhood, a term probably coined by me. So we see a struggle between those who identify as the overt power-struggling villains, and on the other side, those who see themselves as and identify themselves as the victims, and there is a competition. There is an internal competition between the villains, where everybody wants to end up on top, and there is a competition within the victims, victimhood, where everybody wants to come up out on the bottom. So there is an internal struggle for dominance and therefore entitlement and power in the end. And nobody can tell us at the moment, I believe, and this is also a bold claim from me today, nobody can tell us which side is actually stronger. Are the competitive victims stronger or the competitive villains? And what we witness today is a battle between them. Each of them wants to break free from the other side.